Hi everybody. So I am super excited to be able to hop on and I'm gonna grab my coat because I want to take you outside and show you the best part first. I have been wanting to put something on Facebook sooner and just have found all kinds of reasons not to do it. Waiting for the right moment, the right time, the right lighting, the right everything before I actually just hopped on and shared good news, which there should never be like so many details needed for finding the right time to share good news. But if you're anything like me and you're recovering from attempting to be perfect, perfectionism thing, you find that somehow you manage to put things off and forgot the important part that I will need to get us into the surprise. Somehow I still do it. Even though I've made so many strides and so many leaps, I still find myself putting things off until they're just right, until I have all the details figured out. So, as many of you know, Troy and I got married about 6 months ago, and we are having so much fun. Amidst the learnings of how to be two liberated badass people living together, working towards being a liberated badass couple, as I like to say, and realizing that you can't just throw two liberated badass people together and assume they're going to be a liberated badass couple. Like, you still got to work through your shit and come together to find agreement in how you're going to live and what's important, what you value, and what your dreams are. So Troy and I have been talking and have both over the years here been positioning ourselves in such a way that we would be the most prepared for not only marriage and partnership, but also to be the most free ourselves, to be the most that we have been able to work through of our shame and our fears, and our childhood issues, right, that everybody has, to be our very best people that we are now, knowing we have, of course, more to go and more room to be able to grow, but we feel really good about who we are now, which is like amazing. So one of the things that Troy and I could find agreement on is that we had not seen as much of the country, the United States, as we wanted to. So we were like, okay, we found agreement. We both want to travel and see the country, the United States more, and like really soak in the sights, right? I can't wait to see the Grand Canyon again. There's a bunch of different places that my parents have been to that they've recommended in Wyoming and Montana, and I can't wait to get back up to the Northeast. I love Boston, and we have dear friends in various places in Washington, D.C., and Ohio, and Washington State, and California, and Arizona. If I didn't name your state, don't worry, it doesn't mean it's like basically every state. So what we decided on is buy a 2018 Ford Transit, which here she is, and to be able to build it out. It actually was a passenger van, but is in the process of being converted into a camper van. So exciting. All right, I totally brought the keys out here so that I could show you guys. I wish I could do this live because I would love to interact with you and see what you guys are thinking, feeling right now. But our internet is not rocking it solid out here in the country. Like, I can use it if I'm in the house right next to it. We have satellite, but I can't actually bring it out here with full confidence that it would be working. But in the future, we're going to be bringing you live videos and doing lots of posting on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to the Liberated Badass channel over on YouTube, pop over there and subscribe, because I know many of you have asked me to please keep you updated. Realistically, I'm going to need you to subscribe to my stuff so that I can keep you updated. I want to keep you updated. And I can totally do that if you subscribe to stuff, or if you join Liberated Badass here on Facebook. Just go to Facebook groups. You just go inside a Facebook search bar and type in Liberated Badass, and my group will come up, and I'll be giving lots more detailed videos of all of like the details of what we're doing, and like how to install a toilet in the van, and how to declutter, how to simplify your life, how to really prioritize love, which is my whole vibe, and so is Troy's. So We've got the van. We're building it out. We're super excited. It's super basic right now, which is part of why I haven't shown it. Because, of course, like, I still have a little bit of that fear of not being approved of. But I have full confidence that Troy and I will be able to turn this into the full camper van that we desire it to be. Stay tuned. We are super excited to, like, be able to share our journey with you. This is totally possible. If you want it, I would have never imagined myself to be here, let alone married, let alone getting ready to venture off for 6 months on an adventure we're calling Honeymoon 2021 in a van, in a camper van, in a to-be transformed camper van, let alone living in North Carolina in the mountains. Yeah, I wouldn't have imagined any of these things, or owning my own business where I get to help other people get liberated and simplify their life to prioritize love, which is their true heart's desire. Nope, none of those things. 5 years ago, I would have been like, no way. Because 5 years ago, I was sitting in a corporate job as an executive director at a lovely treatment center that started out as an amazing job for me and the perfect fit, and making really good money, helping people, living in a two-story townhouse that I did love, surrounded by tons and tons of great friends, my amazing family, tons of stuff that all met my needs. And then one day I realized it just wasn't meeting my needs anymore. Now it was a while. It wasn't just an overnight process, right? It took a while to figure out all the details and to get to here. So that was 5 years ago. It's a process, and you only need to start with a few steps. And that's the really cool thing, is it only takes a few changes, and before you know it, it is just a few years later, and literally I've conquered all of those things. So I want to encourage you. It's totally possible. The only reason I'm on here sharing is because I truly believe that sharing our story, sharing our hope, sharing our encouragement, what is possible, it literally is what helps to make it possible for other people. So I have followed many, many people. I have been encouraged and supported and promoted by so many people. It is how I got to be here. It's because I connected, built relationships, loved being with other people, loved learning from other people, loved being challenged and coached by other people to push me outside of my comfort zone and to help me work through my own feelings of shame and my own fears of taking the next step. So it is entirely possible, and Troy and I are so excited to be bringing more of us to you, to encourage you to be able to get out there and do the thing that you really most want to do. All right, you guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing time with me. Stay tuned. And if you're interested, join me on YouTube at Liberated Badass channel and in my Facebook group, Liberated Badass, for all the coming details. Peace. Love you.